Welcome everybody for this meeting. The administration is not here, as I asked, except for Matthias, who will be in charge of the minutes, if they're, on the discussions that we are having. Of course, the interpreters are here, and two persons on the technical side. One information for you as well is that every meeting of the council or the executive committee before is recorded, so you should just know that in case you didn't. I've been asked yesterday whether I want this to be recorded or not, and also with the hint that actually the only time that it was not recorded was when the decision was taken for 18 and 22, so kind of saying if you don't record it, this means there is something strange going on. Anyway, I don't mind for it to be recorded, but I would like this meeting to be absolutely confidential between us, that we can have open and frank discussions, and that things don't leak or don't go out, things that are discussed here today in this meeting. I want to go through a little bit some of the points that we were discussing yesterday about the new role of the council and all of these things. Before that, just a couple of things. The first one is an information that the Finance Committee has approved that we forgot to mention yesterday, has approved a proposal to pay $500,000 to Ecuador following the earthquake. So this will then be also in the press release later on. So you should just be informed about that. This was decided by the Finance Committee. The second thing that I want to mention at the outset, which has nothing to do with the discussion that I want to have, but I want to mention it anyway. At the beginning, it's something a bit more of personal level. And I mention it because since there are leaks all the time everywhere, especially coming from a certain part of this organization, and I know already because I was contacted that I was indirectly contacted, journalist is aware as well, you should be aware as well of the situation, and I want you to keep it, of course, confidential. Today, as of today, I have no contract with FIFA. I don't have a contract. I didn't sign a contract. Contract was proposed to me by the chairman of the Audit and Compliance Committee. I did not accept this proposal. It was a proposal which I found insulting. It was less than half of what the previous president was earning, of what the previous president was earning the last year. Last year was published, 3.6 million. The offer that was made to me was less than half of this amount. You all know that the previous president and the previous general secretary were earning much, much more than what was published in the last report. It is sufficient to look the last two financial reports of FIFA, where we see a difference of 10 million in the salaries of the key personnel. And since your salaries have remained the same over the last 2 years, you can imagine where this 10 million went. These things will be public sooner or later at some stage, obviously. But this is the situation. It's my problem. It's my problem. I will sort it out one way or another. Maybe I have to ask some of you for a loan at some stage. But I will sort it out. I want you just to be aware of that. I want you to be aware of that as well, because I was informed about something which I have to say disappointed me. But on the other side, I don't make a big deal out of it. I was informed by the chair of the investigatory chamber of the ethics committee of FIFA, Mr. Borbeli, that the chairman of the audit and compliance committee has filed a complaint against me, saying basically that I have no salary, and that I'm looking, or my wife is looking for a house in Zurich, and therefore, how can I afford to buy a house, an expensive house apparently, expensive house? He said to the investigatory chamber that it's a house of 25 million, which is, I mean, complete nonsense. And if I have no salary and I want to buy a house of 25 million, there is a suspicion of corruption or of money laundering or something like this. Now, the ethics committee investigatory chamber chairman, he told me this goes straight in the bin. I mean, this is complete nonsense. There is, of course, no investigation. There is nothing about this that will go on. But obviously, this is a situation that disappointed me to start with. But it makes, I have to say, my determination to do the right things in this organization even stronger. I will not get intimidated or put in a difficult situation by these things. There are other things which are reported to the investigatory chamber. The last one, and again, it's childish things, and I really apologize for mentioning these things, but since everything leaks, I prefer that you hear it from me rather than from other people. I had, some days ago, a bit of a discussion with an employee of FIFA. I don't want to mention the name, who came to me and told me that there are some expenses that you have to pay. I said, okay, what expense? It was a fine. There was driving, it was fine, I paid, no problem. And then there were expenses, I mean, it's really stupid, huh? Expenses for laundry, shirt and socks and whatever, underwear in a hotel when I was traveling in one of the trips that I made recently. So, of course, when I saw this, I said, okay, I got angry. I didn't reply to this employee in an Oxfordian style. And I apologized later on that. But even though I effectively got quite angry, I told him, of course, give me the invoice and I will pay. Now, you should know that the note has gone from this employee to Scala and from Scala to the ethics committee, that in my contract, which I have not signed, it's written that I have no right to expenses, so I have to pay my expenses on my own, and so I violate I don't know what. Also this, of course, is going straight into the bin of the ethics committee, because this is all extremely ridiculous. So I want you to be aware of that, because it's how it is. It's how it is. People are trying to complicate my life, your lives, I don't know. But for me, there is no problem. There is no problem, and as I said, I'm as committed as ever to work for this organization and to do the right things in FIFA. Yeah, that's how it is. It's unfortunate. But at least in the ethics committee, they have shown some good common sense. Now, I want again you to know this, and I think we can move on to the next topics, if you agree. Yeah.
Thank you, President. First of all, I'm sure that everybody here share the same feeling of astonishing about what we've heard today from you. And I said in our last meeting that we have to make sure that this organization works in a perfect way, and I'm sure that the harmony and the understanding that we have in the last two meetings shows the solidarity and the unity that we all seek. Of course, under your presidency, and this seat, I'm sure that is always going to be hit from all sides. But we have to show our support as well to you. And if we want to have calm waters in the next few years, we have to make sure that we do things in the right way. And as you said, that we will hear a lot of stories to let's say, to provoke you or us. But we have to stay focused. And our support, and my support, of course, to you, is unconditioned. And I'm sure that what we heard today we have to find a solution as well. I mean, we cannot go on like this, people trying to set up traps everywhere that we, move left or right. Because this is going to damage the whole reputation of FIFA. And whatever is needed, I'm sure that, and whatever, let's say, advice you will give us, and you, as you said, you will sort that on your own, but you will have, I'm sure, my support, and I'm sure everybody's here around the table. Thank you.
Thank you, but I really don't want to waste your time with this. I just want you to be aware of it. Maybe when I will finish my money, if I can put my laundry bill on your room number, that would help me already. No, but okay, one more and then we continue, because this is really a different matter. Mr. Villar, if you want to.
Es que este caso es muy importante, señor presidente. Bueno, si usted quiere que solo hablemos dos personas, yo creo que es un caso muy importante. Mire, señor presidente, cuando ayer me dieron el reglamento, cuando leí ayer, lo había leído antes de la reunión, pero no profundicé en el reglamento de gobernanza, pero ayer a la noche me lo leí cuando fui a la habitación, y hoy tenía para comentar si el subgrupo de honorarios a usted le habían, sin saber que nos iba a decir esto, yo no sabía nada, a ver si a usted le habían arreglado su contrato y sus honorarios. ¿Qué casualidad? Son casualidades de la vida. Bien, usted ha dicho que no es nuestro problema. Yo creo que es nuestro problema. Que usted tenga un contrato y una remuneración acorde con el cargo que tenga. Y yo lo iba a decir aquí, bueno, usted ha firmado o no ha firmado, porque según el reglamento de gobernanza, el subgrupo de honorarios tiene que elaborar un contrato y además tiene que aprobar sus honorarios, como lo de los vicepresidentes y todos los miembros de la comisión de aquí. Bien. Y es su problema, no, es nuestro problema. Vamos a ver. Usted ha dicho que la comisión ética, a través de la denuncia que ha hecho el señor Scala, va a ir al cesto de los papeles. Ha dicho usted, ¿verdad? Bien. Si no es el valor de la denuncia, el contenido de la denuncia, es lo que es la denuncia. Es decir, hay personas que le pueden disparar a usted con una pistola de agua. El hecho de dispararle a usted con una pistola de agua tiene otra reflexión, que si tuvieran la bomba atómica se la echan. Solo tiene una pistola de agua y no le hace daño. Pero si tuvieran la bomba atómica se la echan. Y eso es lo que no puede permitir esta institución. Si al señor independiente, mire, yo al señor Scala una vez le he criticado aquí, también le he dado la enhorabuena. Pero no se puede permitir eso. No se puede permitir que, no sé por qué, ¿usted le ha hecho algo al señor Scala? Yo creo que no. Pero el por qué, y después con otras consecuencias, por desgracia de esta casa, que lo asumimos ya como normal, se filtra todo. Se va a filtrar esa denuncia, que lo sepa usted. Le va a hacer daño a usted y a todos nosotros, porque estamos en un periodo de reconsiderarnos. Y eso hace daño a esta institución. No lo entiendo, eso no se puede permitir. Y si hace falta decirle al señor Scala o al que sea el responsable, usted ha hablado del señor Scala, ¿verdad? Al que sea responsable, decirle, basta ya, usted se está extralimitando. Usted quiere hacer daño a esta institución. Parece ser que usted no quiere la paz de esta institución y el progreso de esta institución, que estamos en una situación complicada. Eso no se puede permitir, señor presidente. No se puede permitir. Sea el Scala, no lo sea, que usted ha dicho el Scala, que yo no sé si... pero le tengo por qué creer. Eso no se puede permitir, hombre, presidente. De verdad. Es lamentable. Lamentable. Nada más. Yo no sé lo que dirán los demás compañeros, pero yo a nivel personal iba a traer yo eso encima de la mesa hoy, sin saber nada. Si usted está tranquilo, tiene unos horarios, tiene un contrato y está trabajando libremente, pues ya lo que le preocupa a usted, figúrese los problemas que hay en el mundo para preocuparse de su salario y de su firma del contrato, cuando se lo tenían que dar resuelto. Hombre, por favor. Bien, nada más, eso quería decir.
Thanks, but as I said, I am calm, I'm working hard since the first day after the election, and this contract situation or these other complaints, it's part of the game, it's part of the people who don't want that FIFA survives. It's part of the games of people who don't want that we succeed. I can only say this, of course it hurts me, but it makes my determination only stronger. I have nothing to hide, I have nothing to be afraid of. I'm a hard worker, I will go on. I will solve this as well. I will sort this out as well, because it's not possible that these kind of things are happening, but it will happen, it will continue to happen. People will continue to leak things, people will continue to want to harm, because they just don't want that we are successful. That's how it is. But I'm not afraid of this. I'm committed as before. In the last 2.5 months since I was elected, I think I slept 5 days in my house. The rest I was traveling, I was working, I was speaking with the sponsors, I was trying to bring this organization back to where it has to be, with your help, with your support, and I continue to do this. And the rest, I will sort it out. I'm the president. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it very much, but I will sort it out. Thank you.
Vamos a ver, presidente, es que usted no tiene que entrar en este problema. Este problema es de todos. Y pienso que hay personas aquí muy capacitadas que pueden hablar con el señor Scala y resolver el problema a usted, no usted con el señor Scala, hombre, por favor, que no puede ser, hombre. Aquí hay personas muy capacitadas, con conocimientos económicos y de toda índole. Hablar con el señor Scala, haga usted, con su grupo de honorarios, para que le hagan el contrato que creo que se lo merece y que sea lo normal, y sus honorarios, hombre, por favor. Ya lo que faltaba, hombre.
No, thanks.
Por favor.
Thanks, but I don't need mediators on this. The regulations are saying that there is a compensation committee, and they have to determine a compensation. On the other side, there must be a contract. The contract needs 2 persons to agree. So as long as I don't agree, there is no contract. I will sort it out. I don't want to put anyone in this. I didn't want to mention it if I was not alerted by a journalist. It's always the same group of journalists who are informed by the same people. So that's why I said, before you hear it from someone, at least you hear it from me. But I will sort it out, and I will be very, very, very clear on these things. And if I have to publish what was happening before in this organization, I will do that as well, because I don't want to end out as being somebody which I'm not. So, thank you.
Pero vamos a ver, el diálogo, presidente, oye, aquí estamos hablando, y igual y estamos equivocados los que estamos, o yo estoy equivocado, pero aquí hay personas muy capaces. Yo me ofrezco a hablar con ese señor en cualquier momento, y no soy la persona más capacitada en estas cuestiones. Yo entender un poquitín de fútbol, pero hay otras personas muy capacitadas. Y se puede hablar, hombre, por favor, y se puede llegar. Usted no puede ir solo, a usted se lo tiene que dar solventado este problema. Que bastante problemas tiene el mundo del fútbol para que todavía se meta en un problema con este señor o con su grupo de honorarios. De verdad les lo digo. Yo me ofrezco, lo que pasa es que yo igual no soy el hombre capacitado para ello, porque no tengo los conocimientos que hay que tener. Por favor.
Don't worry. Thank you. I think we can proceed with the points that I wanted to discuss normally today with you. Like we have already wasted too much time on this. Let's go on with the role and what we should do in this organization. So, this you've seen it yesterday already, decisions that we had to take. Football development, we decided yesterday, you decided, thank you very much. Big decision, big support for football. Composition of committees, we'll come back on Friday on this, and I will have some discussions with some of you about it. We didn't receive enough women applications for these positions, so this is something we have to look into as well going forward. Then the first point I would like to discuss with you is participation and democracy, then something about the administration, the Legends team we touched upon yesterday, human rights, transparency, competitions, the modus operandi, how are we going to operate, because we will be 36 as of next meeting, and then the famous slogan. So, first one about participation and democracy, and there the Europeans, they know it because in UEFA we have organized since some years what we call the top executive programs, which are discussions, forums of associations, where in a setting which is not a formal setting, 10, 20 associations come together to discuss about topic. And this increases the participation, increases the consultation, because we all know in a Congress you have 1,000 people, nobody speaks, nobody participates, so it's not really the right thing. So we have decided already to have the annual member associations conference. This is in the statutes. This should be advisory and consultative, and discuss on strategic matters, and define the priorities as well. All associations will be involved in this.